Do you know that a magical clock once froze time for 1 hour in every century? Long time ago, there was an ancient capital castle, standing very tall with one strange secret. At the top of the tower, covered in cobwebs, hung the grand clock of Evershade, a glittering, golden clock that ticked with a magical hum. Legend said that every 100 years the clock would stop, and so would time itself. People whisper that during that frozen hour, birds hung in the air, waterfalls paused mid-splash, and even the king's snoring stopped midway. But nobody had seen it happen in centuries because, well, no one had survived long enough to. Then came Leela, a curious 10-year-old with more questions than patience and a habit of touching things labeled "Do Not Touch." One stormy afternoon, while playing hide and seek in the castle's dusty halls, Leela stumbled upon the tar door. It creaked open like it hadn't been touched in 100 years, which was exactly true. Inside, she found the grand clock. It stood taller than a giraffe in boots, with silver hands that hadn't moved in ages. A tiny sign below it read, "Do not wind unless you enjoy chaos." "Oh," Leela said, tilting her head. "Chaos sounds fun." So quickly she did it. She wound it. Tick. The air shimmered, the torches flickered. And suddenly everything froze. The raindrops outside hung like glass beads in the air. "Wow," Leela whispered. "Time is taking a nap." At first, she had fun balancing apples in the air, moving the king's statue into funny poses and giving portraits silly mustaches. But after a while, the silence began to hum, deep and strange. The clock ticked once more backward. "Oh no," Leela gasped. "What if it never starts again?" She ran back to the clock, winding it forward this time. With a loud dong, time whooshed back like a flood. The bat finished flapping and the rain continued falling. Downstairs, the king blinked at his reflection. Did I always have a mustache? He wondered. Leela tiptoed out of the tower, grinning, and she whispered to herself, "Leela, what have you done?" And so, once every 100 years, the clock would stop again, waiting for another curious child with just enough mischief to make time stand still.